What up, what up, what up? So, this past weekend, they hauled that idiot cadaver, that talking, uttering head, Stinky, down here to play golf on the taxpayer dime. But he couldn't play golf here. It rained all weekend. So, basically, wasting more money. While this idiot, all he does is fundraisers down the street from my house here in Mar-a-Lago, you know? So, on the plane, on the ride back, he keeps on insisting that they're close to a deal and that they're dealing with rational people in Iran. They're not talking to him. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Meanwhile, with all this fucking idiot cosplay that they have with him in these meetings that look like The Apprentice, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They're basically entertaining a dementia-ridden grandpa, senile, stupid shit, right? That's what he is. That's what he is. And he insists on saying that taking a cognitive test is something good. That it's something that anybody that wants to be president should take. Put it this way, he is the only one that managed to get to that level because he's such a fucking con man that needs a dementia test. You know, I mean, and the media continues to fail by not asking, hey man, why is it that you took a cognitive test? And then he starts bragging about taking 3 of them. Are you kidding? 3 cognitive tests? You're stupid times 3. You're dementia-ridden times 3. Okay? You're brain injured times 3. And the media doesn't call him out on it. They say, hey, why is it that your doctors are recommending, why don't you ask them, why isn't it that your doctors are recommending you take a cognitive test? They say, that those aren't tests to, intelligence tests, They're basically, that's a test basically, the next step from a cognitive test is they're going to knock on your fucking forehead and see if there's anything in there left. That's what that is. But the media will not call him out on it. And on this plane ride, they showed him, he says, oh, look at my ballroom, look at my ballroom, look at my ballroom. Man, they give this old man, this is exactly how he's trying to delegate this war. They're showing him little hit reels of people getting blown up and little picture charts and like a 5-year-old, and it's horrifying, because we have kids that are going over there to fight and die because Iran's waiting for him. How many times, and he keeps on saying that he's in negotiations with somebody. He's not. That's all bullshit. But anyway, we're going to continue to keep on monitoring because it's, now, it's a matter of life and death here, and this guy's failing miserably. I mean, he's bankrupting everything and wasting humans, wasting our most valued treasure. It's our kids. He's getting our kids killed. We've already had 10 of them killed, and God only knows. Because these motherfuckers lie all the time. They were lying. They lied about. They said one of the crown jewel airplanes that we have, right? They said that it suffered minor damage. That shit was blown in half. It's a total loss, But these motherfuckers lie about everything. You think they're not going to lie about how many casualties we have, how many people are injured? You can't trust them. You can't trust them. Hell, it's a toss-up when Iran throws out propaganda because. You have 10, this doesn't mean that I'm not a patriot, but you have a tendency to believe I ran over him. Look how much credibility the United States has lost when you have all these countries, all these NATO countries that are getting ready to pull bilateral deals with Iran because they can't trust us anymore. And you have this motherfucker trashing NATO, which is exactly what Putin wants. And now you have a Russian tanker pulling up to Cuba. This is insane. And they're permitting that. I don't know. I don't know. This is getting the time, the future is telling the time being is saying this is really bad, right? And then the future tells the time being, hold my beer, it's going to get worse. It's true, you know. But anyway, I have some clips here of just, it just proves how ineffective the media are and how senile this guy is. So we're gonna let it rip, and remember, peace resists. It's working. Roll it.
Say I'm not a pedophile.
I'm not a pedophile. Liar! And I would only say that we're doing extremely well in that negotiation. But you never know with Iran because we negotiate with them and then we always have to blow them up.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking.
You see, here is where the media fails completely. If I was in that room, I'd quiz him about this.
I'll say it right now. I say it because no press ever reports it. I'm the only president that ever took a cognitive test.
Stop. This is where the media has to say, well, people are administered cognitive tests because they're showing the onset of Alzheimer's or dementia, or they have brain injury. Why is it that you took it? Is it the dementia, or are you banging your head on the wall, Stinky? Continue.
I took it 3 times.
3 times? If you pass it once, why do you need it again and again?
It's actually a very hard test for a lot of people.
Most people say that it's not. It is a very basic test that pretty much puts your cognitive skills to the test. And if you need it 3 times, it's because you're lacking.
It's hard for me, but it's a cognitive test.
That's about the 5th time you've said that. Okay? Okay? And you wonder why you needed it 3 times.
With an easy question. And by the time you get to the middle, it gets tougher. By the time you get to the end, very few people can answer those questions. They get very tough mathematical equations and things.
Stop. Oh, really? Can you name, being that you've taken it 3 times, can you name one of the questions that you deemed to be tough? You see, this would just bust right through this fucking fake facade, man. This is a dementia-ridden sack of stupid.
I took it 3 times.
You said that already 3 times.
Aced it all 3 times.
No, oh, really? Oh, really? Yeah. So, if you aced it 3 times, can you name one of the questions, at the end, that got really, really tough for you?
In front of numerous doctors that I have no idea who they are. Who they are.
Okay. So you took 3 cognitive tests in front of doctors who you didn't bother to ask their name, or you don't know who they are. Well, let me ask you this. How the hell did you know that they were even doctors, you idiot?
And I was told when I went in, they said, Doc Ronnie told me this. My current doctor's...
Doc Ronnie lost his license. Who's your current doctor? We want to know who he is so we can talk to him.
The fantastic doctors, they said, well, if you take it, it's Walter Reed. It's essentially a public hospital.
If you take it, it's Walter Reed. Hey, Stinky, what the fuck does that mean?
And if you do badly, it's probably going to get out. But I aced it.
Okay, let's see the test. Let's see a copy of the test, because you're a fucking liar.
All right. And one doctor said, I've never seen anybody get them all right.
What doctor was that? What doctor was that, so we could ask him? You see, this is all fucking bullshit. This is fantasy. This is something that never happened. And this is the idiot that's sending our kids to war. Look at that fat, bloated head. This guy's disgusting. And what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Oh, my God. This is horrifying.
Doing the test for 20 years. I want people, I would love to see anybody that's a president or a vice president or anybody that has any chance of being a president. I would like to see them take a cognitive test.
Why? They're busy actually functioning like normal human beings that don't have Alzheimer's like you fucking idiot.
Don't call me stupid.
Oh, right! To call you stupid would be an insult to stupid people!
What happened here, right? This whole clip was 100% gibberish and nonsense. Listen to this.
Are you considering still putting boots on the ground, and would you do that without going to
I just have lots of alternatives. We have tremendous numbers of ships over there. We don't need.
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about ships and whether you need them or not. The question was, are you going to put boots on the ground? Huh? Of course you are, because you think that our kids are suckers and losers. Yeah. Why don't you send your kid? This is the question I would ask him. Hey, when is Barron going to nut up and get an army helmet and a gun? Huh? And go over there? Huh?
Because of, the power. Look, I would say we're just like we're ahead of schedule on the ballroom.
Who gives a fuck about the ballroom? You mean your bunker, right? You mean your bunker because you're afraid of drones because you're a coward. You're a coward. This is a coward. Not to mention, this war's going to continue to escalate until they have to drop a nuclear bomb, right? Yeah, this motherfucker, he got us into World War III already. Why do you think he's building a bunker? So he can hide. Yeah, that's right.
In a much bigger way, we're ahead of schedule with Iran. We're weeks ahead of schedule.
No, you're not. I just saw some pictures of a billion-dollar airplane that you said got fucking damaged. Yeah, only minor damage. That shit was, like you like to say, obliterated.
If you would have said that in 3 days we were going to knock out 158 ships every time.
Nope, that didn't happen.
Navy.
That didn't happen, Stinky.
Which we did. We knocked out their entire Air Force.
No, you didn't.
We knocked out most of their missiles. That's why
you didn't.
See missile attacks, but they're down to...
Bullshit.
They're sputtering. And we have a group, it's really a new regime. It's a new group of people that we've never dealt with before.
No, it's not. You're not dealing with anybody. They're laughing at you.
That are acting very reasonable. It is truly...
No, they're not. That's bullshit.
Regime change.
Nope, there's no regime. What regime change? What are you talking about?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Ready junkie alert.
We've had regime change. You look already because...
No, we haven't. Not at all.
The one regime was decimated. Destroyed.
Nope.
They're all dead.
Nope. No, they're not.
The next regime is mostly dead.
This is absurd, by the way. This is absurd. This is where the media needs to stop him and say, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's nonsense.
And the third regime, we're dealing with different people than anybody's dealt with before. It's a whole different group of people.
A first regime, a second regime, and a third regime. This is all bullshit. This is a fantasy. You see, this is why it boggles the mind, right? That the media takes this asshole seriously, or takes him for his word, because everything this motherfucker said is a dementia-ridden utterance. It's a lie.
So I would consider that regime change.
I don't care what you would consider. You consider a clean diaper a good day.
Frankly, they've been very reasonable. So I think we've had...
You haven't talked to anybody to be reasonable. What are you talking about? It's the Iranians. Now you're calling them reasonable? You're full of shit.
regime change. I mean, you can't do much better than that. The regime that was really bad, really evil was the first one that was done.
What are you talking about? This is horrifyingly stupid. You know that?
Second was appointed, and they're gone.
The second regime was appointed, and they're gone.
All dead, other than one who may have a little life.
The second regime is all dead except for one that may have a little life in him. And you have those idiots sitting there and listening to this and thinking, how can we sanitize this fucking stupidity?
And then the rigger in the third group.
The riggers in a third group?
Third group of people that seem to be much more reasonable.
Bullshit! You see, this is all lies. And no, so you know how they sanitize this? No, President Trump says this. Motherfucker, good God, you're not reporting the news at that point. You're just fucking firing out propaganda for this asshole. You're firing out lies, all lies.
It truly is regime change.
No matter how many times you say it, it ain't true.
And regime change is an imperative, but I think we have it automatically.
This Iranian dude fucking tore Stinky a new one. Watch this.
Say I'm not a pedophile.
I'm not a pedophile.
Liar! Say I wasn't on Epstein's island.
I wasn't on Epstein's island.
Liar! Say I don't worship Baal.
I don't worship Baal.
Liar! And here it is.
This is a perfect example of how you treat a dementia-ridden fool, right? You give him a picture book, right? While Rome burns, this motherfucking idiot is trying to sell this. You see, he says the architects gave him this, but no, these are just pictures.
And that porch will be magnificent, looking in between the columns. We took the stairs out that were on the south side and really replaced them with these stairs. So you have an open porch and you have the closed porch under the columns.
Yeah, no healthcare, right? But this motherfucker gets to do a circle jerk with the fucking bunker. Because that's what that is. That's a bunker.
Overlooking the Washington.
Does that sound familiar? How did 1934 Germany end? With their idiots stuck in a bunker, right?
Monument, the Jefferson Memorial, and the Lincoln Memorial / Monument. So that's great. This is a view of the columns as they are going to be made. They're going to be hand carved and they're beautiful. Top of the line, there'll be Corinthian, which is considered the best, most beautiful by. I got shit for brain. We can't believe you didn't see it till today. For the brain, we kept our mouths shut.
Straight nonsense. Watch this.
And how I did with the Hispanic population. And
They hate you. They hate you. they fell for your con one time. Not anymore. As a matter of fact, in Miami, which is like 98% Hispanic, right? Yeah. You have a Democratic mayor now.
now I'm doing even better with the Hispanic population.
No, you're not. That's a lie.
And that's bad for them. They always had it. Now they don't have it anymore.
And that's bad for them because they had it. Now they don't have it anymore.
These are
And then in his power.
Looks to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress.
Stinky. Stinky, be nice. Be nice.
terminate the filibuster, and they should vote. That's what I think. Look, I think the Senate is playing it too soft. The Republicans
What? What are you talking about? They're playing it too soft.
are wonderful people, but we're dealing with very sick individuals. The Democrats are sick. There's something.
No, they're not. Why? Because they want health care and no fucking stink-ass bunker? Yeah. And they don't want any war? They don't want any war for a Jew? No, for a criminal. Forget about Jew. That's a criminal, just like you. Think about it. You, Putin, and Netanyahu, right? You're all fucking running from the law. Yeah, you fucking criminal.
They're like terrorists, and we have to protect our country. We have to protect our border.
Nobody gives a shit about the border. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Protect our wall.
Protect your wall.
It was up to them. They'd open up the wall. They'd let millions of people pour into our country.
No, really, they'd break a hole in the wall and let everybody through. This never happened, by the way. This was all bullshit, and you all fucking fell for it. This whole fucking border thing is fucking nonsense, and you fell for it.
Again, and we've all been through that.
I wasn't on Epstein's island.
Liar! What are you, an effing moron?
Because I love Trump.
What is it that you like about Donald Trump?
He only tells the truth.
Oh! Just listen to this subhuman sack of methane of a goddamn tailpipe backfire. This is a tailpipe backfiring. Listen to this.
Thank you very much for doing what you did. They are decimated.
They're doing what you did.
Right now. They're going to give up nuclear weapons.
Says who? They're not giving up jack shit.
They're going to give us the nuclear dust.
They're going to give you the nuclear dust.
Everything that we want to do. And you know
They're
what?
going to give you everything that you want to do. This is a feeble attempt at market manipulation. It's not working. This is not working anymore. They don't believe this motherfucker. He's a liar.
They're going to go on and maybe have a great country again.
They're going to go on to have a great country again. I don't even know how to decipher that whopper. But anyway.
But if they don't do that, they're not going to have a country.
If they don't do what? Do what? They're not going to have a country. Says who? Says your dementia-ridden shithead ass? You know, the one that fucking plays with pictures and shit in their diaper? Yeah, Donnie Coggs tells the truth.
They're not even going to have a country.
And then just